Greetings, everyone, from Lancaster, California. Alrighty, folks, if you haven't guessed, it's dark. It's 7:42 local time, but of course it was dark hours ago. And this customer, super huge big shout out to the lady who was willing to drive over here on her off time to be here so that I could pick up the unit. We've had this arranged since Friday. Let me tell you what I got going on. Oh, my printer is, I think it's 21 feet. 21 foot travel trailer. Shipping weight 5,500. GVWR 6,500. It is picking up Lancaster, California, and it is on its way to Seffner, Florida. It's dark outside, but I'm going to show you the unit anyway. And the reason, other than the fact that the lady was willing to leave her home and come and get the gate open for me to take the unit, was one of the battery terminal cable connector thingies on the end of the cable was too small, and it wouldn't fit down on the post of my battery. She drove down to AutoZone and bought new battery cables, and between the two of us, we got the new cable put on, or the new connector put on the end of the cable. And so super big, huge shout out. And I told her I super appreciated it because my last customer threw me off of my schedule because I couldn't deliver till today. And I've got 5 hours of driving left on my logbook, and I wanted to drive tonight. So I just extra super thanked her. So, yay. Yeah. Let's go take a look at the unit. Interstate 10. According to the receipt, I am in San Simon, Arizona. I have never taken this exit before. Actually, twice today I've taken exits and found things that I've been impressed with, but this one I'm really impressed with. This is a truck stop slash grocery store slash hardware store slash Subway. At first I didn't even know if they were open, and I pulled in here and I walked in the door and I'm like, oh my goodness, this place is incredible. So I think I'm gonna star it on my Google Maps, because I would stop here again. We are updating you from Marianna, Florida. Chloe's feeling a little under the weather. She's just not feeling quite right. She's not her usual vocal self. Yeah. Squirt's like, whatever. Anywho, the reason for the update. Last night, on my way here, my truck threw two messages on the dash. And the first message, it had been doing on and off for a while, but the second one last night was a new one, and it's been affecting how the truck is driving. She doesn't do real good under acceleration on hills, and one time when I kind of gassed on it, the whole truck, she just kind of shuddered. And at one point she shifted while the cruise control was on. We were going up a hill and she shifted real hard up to almost 3,000 RPMs. And this morning, I didn't sleep good last night because I was worried about the truck. This morning I called my mentor. He's on his 7th truck, his 7th Ram, and we've talked about certain issues with the truck and troubleshooting. And he told me what he thinks it is. There's a dealership 5 miles from here. It's New Year's Eve day, and I'm hoping the dealership will be open tomorrow. But I got to get the truck in to have her looked at. Obviously, it's a little bit of a difficulty because I am under a load. I've got the unit behind me. But I'm not going to worry about things that haven't happened yet. But I just wanted you to have that update. We're parked on a dead-end street. You see in the mirror, it's just grass behind. But we're at the Pilot truck stop. There's a W store that way of the Pilot, and a couple of motels over there should I choose to, but we're okay staying in the truck. I don't want to spend the money on a motel. So that's the update. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I know I'm probably not my usual bubbly self, but I'm just tired. So that's your update. You'll know more when I know more. Update from Marianna, Florida. The date is 1/1/24, and we are still going to be sitting here another night. I called the dealership this morning and found out that sales is the only thing open. Service department comes in tomorrow, and they open at 7:30. Deb won't be there at 7:30 in the morning, but she'll be there early. So we're just going to chill. I'm parked back in the same spot I was yesterday. Anywho, Chloe still hasn't been feeling good. She's not acting right. She's been whining and carrying it, just whining constantly, drinking a lot of water. And kind of keeping me up at night. And I found out what's wrong with her. Miss Chloe is in a lady way. She's in heat. And it's making her miserable. And I'm like, girl, I feel for you. I feel for you. I do have an appointment for her in a month to go ahead and have her spayed. She has a tumor, and the tumor is right around one of the, it's on her belly. I don't want to get into specifics. And the vet recommends that she be spayed because the hormones released when a dog is in heat, and just in a female way, that can stimulate the growth of tumors. Squirt's already had one. She's had a tumor, and she had it removed, and she had a spade because of the same situation that Chloe's going through now. So we just gotta ride out the month until we get to that appointment. But pretty soon, hopefully, Chloe will be better. But she's so miserable right now. Poor thing. She's been doing that a lot. What? I'm sorry, hon. She's so miserable. What up? Would you like to go outside just to get out of the truck for a bit? This is what I've been putting up with. And there she goes after more water. Alrighty guys, update for you from the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership in Marianna, Florida. This building right here, in the bay behind this Ford, sits Big Girl. The girls are in there too. I'm leaving Chloe in the truck because she's in a lady way and she's messy. And I don't want to be having to clean up after her mess in the waiting room, so she's just waiting in the truck. What they have said was I have a wiring issue. There is a defective wire somewhere, and when they hooked their code reader machine up to the port in my dash, there were several components that weren't registering and they weren't reading. They weren't getting a reading off of it. So they've determined there is a bad wire somewhere. And the guy says it could be anything. It could be wear and tear. It could be an animal chewed it. None of the wiring that they're looking at is inside a conduit, so it's not protected. So they're just trying to track down the wiring now. He asked me if I wanted to drive it as is before they got to where they were tearing down into it too much. And I told him, I said, no. I do not want to drive it as is. I want to get it fixed because she was giving me trouble just getting in. So they're going to proceed. Whether or not they can get it done by 5 o'clock today, they do not know. But at least I know something, which is still nothing. So that's the update for now. All right, everybody. Update from Marianna, Florida. I got the truck back. And because it was 2 hours before closing time, I went ahead and booked a room because I didn't know if they were going to be done with the truck in time. They were. But I already have the room, so we're going to room it tonight. Are you miserable still? Say, yes, I am. We had to put drop cloths everywhere. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, you miserable, hon. I'm sorry. Quick update, everybody, from Marianna, Florida. I forgot to tell you what was wrong with the truck and how they fixed it. They said there was a broken wire, which I may have already mentioned, and several of the sensors weren't reading correctly, so they had to trace down the wire. They did trace down the wire and repair it. And then on my invoice from the dealership, it says OHM sensor. To find sensor shorted out, replace manifold pressure sensor with no further problems found. And so far, they are correct. My dash isn't giving me any of those warning displays. I did not get a chance to test drive it yesterday, but today will be the real test because the way she was acting when we were coming in, I'll know right away whether or not they've got it fixed. So I think it's fixed. Wonderful stay at the Quality Inn. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, Quality Inn. All refreshed, ready to go. My traffic manager is aware of what's going on, so at this point, just need to drive next door over to the Pilot, get myself some coffee, and get my breakfast. I don't do breakfast at these places because mostly it's just a continental breakfast, and you know what that means. That's a carb breakfast, and I'm just not into eating all them carbs. So that's the update for right now. Let's get rolling. It's been another forced reset. Howdy from Seffner, Florida. The unit is being checked in right now. Words of wisdom. I pulled in and told them I was here delivering a new unit, and they said, well, we stop receiving new units at 2 p.m. and it's after 4. And I went, okay, all right. What time in the morning do you start receiving? He says 8. I said, all right. And he says, you can park on the lot, but you can't unhook from it. And I said, no. I said, I don't feel comfortable unhooking from a unit. I said, because until someone signs for it, it's my responsibility. He says, good attitude. I said, yeah. So I circle around so that I can park next to the grass. And there's a guy in a golf cart going, park here, park here. And I followed him, but that's not where I wanted to park. So as soon as he left, I circled all the way around the receiving building and got on the far row over by the grass. And he comes up and he comes up a little bit later and he goes, do you have your paperwork? I said, yeah. He goes, I'm going to go ahead and check you in. I went, oh, okay. He says, go ahead and park back up there where I told you to. I said, okay. So I stuffed the girls back in the truck. And I parked. I took the girls out again by some other grass. And he goes, okay, follow me. So I stuffed the girls back in the truck and I follow him. And I park where we're at right now. And I started to get out and do my thing. And he says, I liked your attitude, so I thought I'd go ahead and check you in today. And I said, well, I appreciate that. And he says, I'm the manager, so I made a decision and I'm going to check you in. I'm like, thank you. That was cool. Yes. Kill him with kindness, right? Successful delivery. I didn't want to say anything about it until after I had my signed paperwork. But successful delivery. And so this was awesome. I love it. I love it when a good attitude pays off. So, having had said all of that, I'm going to go next door to the Flying J just because I can. I'm bobtail and I could go anywhere, but I'm going to go to the Flying J and I want to get some chicken, and then I'm heading north to my next load that I self-dispatched on earlier today, and I've got time to drive, so let's do it. Let's keep rolling. So lunch break, and then we're out of here. So from Seffner, Florida, thank you guys for watching. Come along on the journey. Oh my goodness, these holidays and these delays and the truck having issues. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to plan the end of the year a little bit better next year. This coming year. Anyway, I gotta plan better so that my downtime is more productive. So, thank you guys for watching. Coming along on the journey with me. We'll catch you on the next episode. And in this case, it really is all about the perspective. Having a good attitude, good perspective. All right, Chloe. Could you be unmiserable enough to say goodbye to everyone? Or not? My baby. You'll be back to normal soon. Okay, let's go get some chicken. Would you like me to get you some chicken? Yeah, you can tell she's not feeling good. Normally when I do the would you like or let me get, that's kind of her clue that, ooh, something good is happening, but she's miserable. All right. We've said enough. Bye, everybody.